All right, so in this video, I'm going to really briefly cover what the quadratic formula is and where it comes from. So what the quadratic formula is, and when we're talking about the quadratic formula, we're referring to standard form, right? So again, another reason why standard form is so important when it comes to polynomials, especially quadratics. So the solutions to any quadratic can be found by just following this simple formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Now, just for the sake of doing this, showing off a little bit, I don't know, or just because I'm a little bit insane, I'm just going to show you where the quadratic formula comes from. So, like, how did they come to this generalization? Because that's what the quadratic formula is. It's a generalization that we reach from completing the square. If you complete the square enough times, you start noticing a pattern kind of happen. The denominators of the two parts of your conjugate solution always end up being the same. They always end up being 2 times a. And from that, somebody finally wised up and said, you know what? This is just, something that keeps happening over and over again. I'm going to make a generalization in the abstract. So this is basically what they did. I have no idea who it is that discovered it. It's probably older than recorded history. But anyway, so I've got a quadratic, right? If I complete the square of the standard form quadratic, so I'm going to factor out an a from these two terms. So I'm going to say a times x squared plus b divided by a now times x plus c equals 0. And I'm completing the square, so I'm going to go ahead and start getting rid of anything around x that's making it not be by itself, right? So I'm going to go ahead and subtract the c. So I've got a times x, and I'm going to go ahead and complete the square here. So I'm going to do multiple steps here. So plus b over 2a now, right? Half of b, all of that squared, minus b squared over 4a squared. And now we've got the negative c sitting over here on the other side. Doesn't even look close yet, but it'll start to. So I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by a. Right, so now I'm here. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and add b squared over 4a squared to the other side. So now I've got x plus b over 2a all squared is equal to negative b, not negative b, it would be positive b, squared over 4a squared, like this. And then I need a common denominator to combine these two. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom here by 4a is what I'm missing. So I've got a minus 4ac over 4a squared now. So now I have a common denominator, and now you can see it's starting to take shape. This part right here looks pretty familiar, or we're getting close at least. Okay, so I can go ahead and combine these guys into just b squared minus 4ac, and there it is. There is our discriminant over 4a squared. Okay, so I'm there. So then now I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So coming back over here, x plus b over 2a is equal to plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that. The square root of just the denominator is easy. That's just 2a. And now it really looks familiar. And then I'm just going to subtract negative b over 2a, and we see we already have a common denominator. So I can just go ahead and combine them. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of my discriminant, all of that over the common denominator of 2a. And I arrive at the quadratic formula. Okay, and all this means is, this is wonderful, because all it means is, as long as I know what a, b, and c are in standard form, I plug in for a, b, and C, and I can arrive at the solutions for any quadratic, no matter how complicated or simple. Okay, so that does it for this video. If you have any questions over the quadratic formula, particularly like its origins or anything I did in this video that blew your mind, just let me know. Otherwise, goodbye.